Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another vlog. We are 13 and a half weeks out, and I have to keep reminding myself because I'm trying not to focus too much on the countdown and just enjoy the process this year. But we are 13 and a half weeks out. So I have just finished my cardio. I have done my first round of steps. I did check in this morning as well. I will put my check-in pictures just here on the screen, give you time. But was not that impressed with the look this morning, to be honest. I really liked my check-in last week. This week, I'm not really feeling it as much, but we're never gonna love every check-in. I just feel like this week is the first week I look a bit flat and just not the best. But food has been low for a while. You know, I've been on this prep for just over 2 months now. Food's been low, so I can't expect the physique to always look fantastic and be really happy with it. Some weeks it's just going to be a bit flat. It's just going to be a little bit meh. But we just have to see past that, trust the process, trust the coach, and yeah, it's just part of the process. You do become a little bit blind as well as you're going through prep and you're seeing yourself every single week. It is hard, but I'm at that stage. Like, I mean, 13 weeks out, we're not anywhere near ready, but we are obviously moving along really nicely. But it obviously just leaves you with that physique that's just sort of a bit in the stage where it's just not impressive. Let's just say that it's just not impressive. But anyway, we move. So cardio's done, first block of steps is done. I'm going to eat my first meal. Well, I'm going to cook it and then I'm going to eat it. So I'll show you guys what that is. And what else today? Today is Wednesday. So it's my first busy check-in day of the week. So my main check-in days of the week with my clients are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So they're my real busy days. But I do have check-ins on, you know, beginning of the week on a Monday and some over the weekend for clients that are giving me updates and clients that are on diet phases, clients that are on preps. So we have a couple of touch points per week. But today is my first busy check-in day. So I'm going to get to my desk and get feedback sent to all my clients. And today I'm also launching my 12-week Revive initiative. Now, I've not done a 12-week program for about a year, and I used to do them really regularly, but this one is going to be much bigger, much better than the ones I've done in the past. So I'm really excited about this one. I've put a lot of time and work into it just to make it amazing, and it's really like an entry level program for people just looking to get that boost again with their fitness journey. And I'm going to be supporting them with all things diet, nutrition, just their nutrition overall, their training overall, their routine, their accountability, lifestyle, health, their wellness, just everything. So I'm so excited about this, and I just feel like it's going to be a successful day overall with launching that. So yeah, lots going on today, but I'll take you guys along the day with me. It is a training day today. It's an upper body session. So the last training day I did for YouTube was a leg session. So there's an upper body session. I'll put some training bits in so you guys can see. But yeah, let's get to the day. Josh is off on a work trip. So I'm alone, holding the fort, but it does mean a little bit less cooking for me because I haven't got to do his cooking. So we've not changed here, but we've got 1 whole egg, spinach, 2 turkey bacon rashers. We've got 20 grams of avocado. So this is 50 grams of spinach. I was having 50 grams a day, but split between a few meals. But I've just decided to have all my spinach with my first meal. And then I've got plenty of veg for my other savoury meals throughout the day. We've got 100 grams of pineapple. I've got my decaf coffee. I've got my glutamine and my creatine, which I've already had some of, as you can see there, and then just my vitamins. I've only got 2 omegas here, and I just wanted to explain that because I have more than this during the day, but because these are so strong, these are like a super strength omega, so I've just been splitting my omegas to have 2 in the morning, I have 2 in the evening. I also have evening primrose oil in the evening as well. So just if you're worrying, I've got a couple of vitamin C because I will explain, but I've been ill, so I'm just trying to up that. I have been having 2 vitamin D3s just to help with my immune system, but I'm going to start taking that down today because I'm feeling much better, and then we've just got a bite in there as well. So that's the vitamins. I've already had my iron and some vitamin C this morning as well, and then like I said, in the evening I have my magnesium and my zinc and my other omegas and my primrose oil. Again, I will try and show you guys what I take and the tubs and everything so you can see. But your supplementation with your vitamins is so important, especially as someone that trains, okay, and wants to perform well and wants to look good and wants to feel good. You know, your vitamins, we are deficient in stuff in this country because of our diets. So just making sure you're topping up with things like that and just looking after your body essentially is so important, especially as someone who is competing and putting your body already through some stress. But to be honest, general, if you're just like a general person that just likes to train and just stay in shape, then you need to be on top of your vitamin intake, because like I said, our diet does not support everything that we need. And that is the first block of work done this morning. Every client has had their check-in feedback, so I'm just in the kitchen preparing my next meal. So as you guys know, I prepare all my vegetables for the day, and then I split them between my savoury meals. So this is my vegetable allowance, always weighed out, always the same amount of vegetables, and then I'll split that between my savoury meals. As you can see, a nice variety and a nice array of colours there. I can't tell you how much, you know, it is important to eat your veggies. I know I go on about this a little bit, but, you know, digestion is something that is so important on prep. Making sure that your digestion is good, your body is utilising the food that you're eating, and you'll know that through how you feel, you know, from eating food. And also, you know, your micronutrients and your fibre intake, okay? So fibre intake isn't something that a lot of people think about, and it's so important for your overall health. So fibre intake, good variety of micronutrients, great for digestion, which we all know how, well, you might not know, but your gut is so closely linked to your brain, and they do call your gut like your second brain. So making sure that everything in your gut is good is going to help you feel better overall, you know, even with things like mental health, believe it or not. So making sure that you have a variety of micronutrients in your diet is so important. So that's why I bang on about it. And, you know, you don't have to do fresh vegetables. Frozen vegetables are fine to use. And I use frozen vegetables in my improvement season. The only reason I'm doing fresh on prep is just because it's hard to sometimes get the frozen veg without loads of sweet corn and peas. And sweet corn and peas are obviously higher in calories than things like mushrooms, courgette, pepper, tomato. So I'm doing it more for a fat loss point of view, but still ensuring that I'm getting a good mixture of vegetables. You can get the frozen veg where it is broccoli, cauliflower, carrot, which is okay, you know, that's fine. But again, broccoli, those types of, I can't remember what the word is, it begins with an F. Those types of vegetables sometimes can bloat and not digest as well. So again, just being strategic, but don't use price and, you know, cost as a reason to not have vegetables in your diet, because there are way cheap ways to do it, and it's always worth doing, because it's not just, you know, food isn't just calories, it's what it does for our body. And people can forget that sometimes, and we're also focused on like the proteins and the carbs and the fats, and we forget about the fiber, the micronutrients. Those things are also going to be highly important for how you feel mentally, how you perform, because digestion is important for performance, feeling good. So there we go. I promise I'll stop talking about vegetables on these vlogs. All cooked up in the pan, literally, oh God, don't even know, minutes to just cook that all up. and that's all ready to go onto my meals today. And while I'm just making up my second meal, I'm also making up my post-workout meal because I like this meal to be really cold. So I like to make it early, get it in the fridge, leave it in the fridge all day. And then when I come to have this post-workout, it is just amazing. So I'm going to show you guys this now as well. So it's just oats, 100 grams of strawberries. I use frozen fruit. Okay, always use frozen fruit because frozen fruit, the nutrients are locked in because the fruit immediately, once it's picked, is frozen. So it is a little bit more, basically it just holds all its nutrients in a lot better. So yes, sometimes I will pick up some fresh fruit, but mostly my fruit is frozen blueberries, strawberries, pineapple. So I've just chopped up some strawberries and put that in there. So I'll show you guys this. So 50 grams of oats, okay, and it's my quick oats that I use, you know, the special quick oats. I'm sure I've showed them in a vlog. I'll show them again. These oats are the ones that I use, and I haven't found any that I like as much yet. So that's those. I will then add in some of my salt for my daily salt allowance. I will also add in cinnamon. Like, look, honestly, we go through one of these a week because that's how obsessed with cinnamon I've become. And then on top of that, when I'm at the gym, I will put on my whey protein powder. So chocolate orange is an absolute banger of a flavour, by the way. So that's the one I've been having. And I will also put on here 10 grams of peanut butter, and always no palm oil. Peanut butter is the one that you want to go for with your nut butters. Peanut butter, almond butter, macadamia nut butter. I just love peanut butter. So that is the post-workout meal. And now with the cinnamon, and then I've weighed 2 grams of salt in this as well. So 2 grams of salt per meal. We'll go in here. I'm going to mix this up. This will then go in the fridge. I'll leave it in there all day. And then when I'm at the gym, that's when I'll add my whey protein on top. And I'll also put my peanut butter on top before I take it to the gym with me. And my next meal. So we have 5% fat beef mince here. This has already been cooked up. And this is my allowance for this meal. So that is 100 grams cooked, by the way. And then I'm going to add some of my veggies. And this is going to be warmed up in the pan. And that will be my next meal. Now, I used to have tomato like passata with this, which is absolutely fine to do. So like basically a tomato-based pasta sauce with it. But I'm just really off sauces at the moment. And I just like my food plain. I know that sounds strange, but sometimes the more sort of highly flavoured your food is, I don't know, it can almost make you crave food more. And I don't know, I think my taste buds just get so sensitive during prep that I just like the taste of like the food as it is. So it's like plain chicken tastes amazing, plain beef tastes amazing. So I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, shouldn't you be trying to put loads of effort in to make these meals taste, you know, like some amazing flavour bomb every time you eat them? But it already tastes like that when it's plain. Honestly, it does. I do think as well, I don't like sauces anyway. I don't like condiments and sauces on my food anyway. I hate tomato ketchup. You know, I like that stuff on like a burger, but not on like rice and chicken and stuff. And I don't have condiments anyway. So I think then adding in the prep, it's just too much for my taste buds. But this is a weird me thing. So you crack on with your extra light mayo, or your no added sugar tomato sauce, or your mustard, or your hot sauces, like crack on. That stuff is fine to have in a prep, in a diet. I just don't like sauces, I think, to be honest, unless I'm having it with foods that are like, you know, a burger or chips or something, which obviously we're not having on prep, so that's why I don't have it. But those things are fine, so please don't think that you can't have them. And there we have it, the finished product, obviously with added veg in here, and also my first proper coffee of the day, so I'm excited for the caffeine. But here we go, meal 2. Back a couple of hours later with meal number 3, so I'll show you guys what this is, but it is very boring. Very boring, just chicken and vegetables, and I've just warmed this up on the pan. So, and here we are, chicken, vegetables, pink salt of course, warmed up on the pan. That is meal number 3. Hello guys, and it is almost time for my pre-workout meal. So we're going to go downstairs, make that, show you what it is. And I just thought what I would do is, before we do that, I thought I'd just catch you up on last week, because the last vlog you saw was my weekend away. So between that was obviously last week, and then this is a new week, which I'm doing this vlog on. So just to catch you up, what happened last week is that I actually got really poorly after that weekend away. I had a stinking cold, a really bad cold. And it was like a short and sharp one. It was like really bad for 3 days. And then the 4th day I woke up and I was pretty much 90% better. So it was just one of those. But you know what? I think being around a lot of people, a lot of kids, there is like some sort of wave of COVID going around again. I've got a client whose kids are struggling with that at the moment. So I know that there's a lot going around right now. So maybe I was a bit run down from being so busy that weekend. Maybe it was just because I was around a lot of different people. And maybe it was just because this like wave of COVID's going around, or what, who knows. But anyway, it was a horrible cold. I felt really bad. So I could literally do nothing for 2 days. So last week I didn't actually do a lot. Well, I just still did 3 training sessions, but obviously around feeling poorly. They were devolume sessions when I got better. But the session I did before I got really poorly, I was just sort of like, I felt a little bit fatigued, so who knows. But anyway, I did 1 session of cardio last week because of my cold. But now I'm better. So I got better Friday. Friday I was feeling pretty much 90% better. So I did a devolume training session. And then the Saturday I also did a training session. And that was a full volume session, and it felt good. It felt great. Just obviously working my way back up from being poorly and having some time off training. And then the sessions I've done this week so far have been really good. So yeah, it was just a little bit of a spanner in the works, and this is my second cold of this prep. So I got a cold right at the end of May, and then I've had one right at the end of June. But I was saying on my Insta stories that this is why you need to always make sure you do a couple weeks more prep than what you probably think you do, because there will be times during your prep, because they're always going to be like, 5 months at least, where you are going to get poorly, you are going to get ill. So having a little bit of extra time in your prep where you can account for things like this, where, you know, you won't be able to be doing cardio, you won't be able to be training because you're going to be bedbound from being sick, then it is important to have that little buffer. So I am sort of glad that we did start prep a little bit earlier, even though, you know, if you take a 20-week prep, if you take 2 weeks out for being poorly, you still got 18 weeks. So that's a good amount of time. But me knowing my body, it's quite slow and my preps are always quite long. So I just wanted to give myself a little bit of extra time. So starting prep 22 weeks out was a good move, because I've had 2 colds now on this prep. So just one of those things. I think we have years like this, don't we? Because last year's prep, the whole 27 weeks, I didn't get ill once. And then this one, I've been ill twice already. So just one of those things. I've been making sure I've been on top of my vitamins and all of that sort of thing. And hopefully that is it now. This prep, the rest of it, we get through it without being poorly. Fingers crossed. But I just thought I'd give you that little bit of an update. It's not the end of the world. As long as we account for these things, we have a bit of buffer time, and we just manage the recovery. That's all we can do. So let's go make pre-workout meal now. So here we have my pre-workout meal. So again, not changed from the last time you guys saw this, but it is just 100 grams of raw weight chicken. We've got 40 grams raw weight rice. And then I've got 50 grams of banana and 10 grams of peanut butter and pink salt. So this is a pre-workout meal. having this about an hour before training. We'll get this down and then I'll show you guys what else I'm taking to the gym with me. So all ready for the gym now. Pre-workout meal is eaten, bag is packed with everything that I need. And I'm just going to show you guys what else I'm taking food-wise so that you can see that here. So here we have my pre-workout, which I will drink around 15 minutes away from the gym. And then I've got my whey protein powder in here for post-workout. And that is what I mix up and put on top of my oats that I made earlier. And these have been in the fridge all day. I've got some peanut butter on there, as I said earlier, 10 grams. So that will be in there. I've got some, did I say? I can't remember. Some ice packs to keep this cold. I'm at that point in prep where everything needs to be perfect. Perfect temperatures, perfect way, presented how I like it. For me to want to eat it. Funny. And then I've got my intro workout here, which we've already seen. So in here we've got a scoop of catalysts, we've got 15 grams of EAs, 10 grams of dextrose, and that is what is in there. So I'm going to take all of this to the gym. And I thought actually quickly I would show you guys what I'm wearing, because I did this a couple of weeks ago in the gym when I was wearing that Honor Active stuff. And I've got an Honor Active jacket on here as well. These are great. The material of these is so light. But I wanted to show you this little set. It's not actually a matching set. This is Dark Sport. So it's like this wolf. This is like an American, I think it's an American brand. But this stuff is so lovely. Such cool patterns. It's all a little bit different as well. Not many people wear it here because you have to pay like import money for it for you to get the delivery here. But I just ordered quite a bit, so it made it sort of not too bad. Made it worth it, if you can say that. But I rarely see many people wear Dark Sport. So I just thought, yeah, you know what? The patterns are cool. They're a little bit different. It's really nicely fitted. It's really thick, seamless material, but at the same time, easy to pull on and off. It doesn't feel like it's absolutely stuck to your body. And I really, really like the bits I got. So I got like 4 sets, but everything fits really nice, really good quality. So I think I'm set now for all my gym clothes for prep. So if you see me wearing anything new, tell me off. But yeah, no, I just wanted to show you that because I know that gym wear, and you know, as women, we spend on our gym and active wear, don't we? So we want to make sure we get in nice stuff. But yeah, honestly, can't rate this stuff enough. It's lovely. It's not overpriced or anything like that. It's just good quality. But many hours later, finished my training session, ate my post-workout meal, launched my Revive 12-week initiative. drove home, finished my steps, had a shower, and called Josh. We had a phone call and just caught up with his day. And now I'm just having my last meal of the day, which is the exact same as my post-workout meal. 50 grams of oats, 100 grams of berries, cinnamon, salt, 30 grams of whey, and 10 grams of 85% dark chocolate. So I'll show you that now. I'm going to eat that and then I'm going to go straight to bed because I am dead. Today, I'm going to say, was my first rough training session. You know, it was one of those sessions where it wasn't the fatigue, but my mood's just not good this week at all. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's hormonal because I'm not loving the way my body looks, you know, this week. I'm just very low, very flat in my mood. And that's going to happen, you know, especially as women. But yeah, it was the first time I think during this prep it's affected like my session, as in like I really had to push just to find some fire. And you know what, that's very rare for me, that I'm in the gym and I'm feeling like that, very rare. So I absolutely just dug to that place where, you know, it was about getting the most out of my sets and making the most of the session. I did some posing, as you guys can see, which I absolutely did not want to do. Couldn't face doing my steps on the treadmill at the gym. I just thought I need to get home and get into some fresh air, get into some sunlight, because the sun was setting and it was quite a nice walk actually. Just to help my mood a little bit, and then obviously speaking to Josh has helped lift my mood a bit. But yeah, I think you're just going to have those weeks as a female, dieting, been on prep for 2 months now. And to say now that it's probably been my first hard day, you know, we're not doing bad, are we? But I really do hope that I get out of this funk, because yeah, it's just been a few days, but it affects me. But I'm so excited about the Revive program that I've just launched as well. That's gone really well. I'm really happy with all the content that I filmed to sort of market it. The program is just, you know, it's my best yet, and it's going to be so helpful and so good for the people that, you know, sign up and do it, because I've tailored it around those people that are needing just that boost to just revive their fitness journey, because it's something that I'm so passionate about and something that, you know, comes natural to me now, but there were times when it didn't. So I've learned those lessons, and that's what I want to pass on to people. And, you know, even people that are, you know, in a great routine, but they're just not getting the results, I want to be that missing key to help them get there. So yeah, really excited about that. But I'm going to end this vlog here, guys. Thank you so much for following along this day. Showed you a bit of training, showed you my food. We'll obviously be back next week for another one. I'll try and give you some different content. But just thank you for following along. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to leave a little advert for Revive. So if you're interested in joining the 12-week program, just drop me a comment and I'll send you across all the details. But yeah, super excited for the rest of this prep, what's to come with my coaching, my current clients, my future clients. It's all good. And I think when you're having a bit of a flat week or a bit of a flat mood, it's just good to remind yourself of all the positives that you've got going on, and there are so many positives. So finishing this with a grateful heart. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Are you ready to revive? Revive is my all-new 12-week initiative to get you out of your current rut and back into your best self in health, mind and body. I've designed Revive to give you back your power, focus and drive with your diet, your training and your fitness journey as a whole. Whether you're looking to lose body fat or gain muscle, then Revive is going to help you do that. Revive will give you all the tools to ensure that you start moving forwards and achieve results. So if you feel like you need some routine, structure and accountability back in your life, then this is for you. Revive will help you achieve your next level. If you're feeling overwhelmed or that you lack the knowledge to even know where to begin, then this is for you. Being part of the Revive 12-week initiative will now mean you're part of a community of people, all on similar journeys, sharing experiences, ideas, and motivation. Revive is the next step for getting you aligned again with the person that you want to be on the inside and the outside, helping you to build routines and habits that will serve you forever and give you back that confidence to know that you can achieve your goals. And at the end of the 12 weeks, you'll have built an understanding of how to sustain your results and continue to make progress. A new you, fully revived.